Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, go Utes. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. And you think you know your stuff? Get in on the winner-takes-all $300,000 NFL Survivor pool for the upcoming season. So if you know a lot, get in on that. You can win $300,000. You think you know a lot. And then when the game's over, head on over to BetOnline's online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of their 150 slots games. Head to the website today. Use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here. It's game week. Let's go.
All right. Depth chart came out. I'd imagine most people have looked at it or have heard about it.
Yeah.
Let's just look at a couple things quick. Anything stands out to you? Who do we got here? Who did I pull up? Okay. Tight ends, quarterback, running backs, wide receivers. The tight ends, the Y and the U, basically you have those who are more blocking tight ends.
Yeah.
And the more receiving tight ends who are the U tight ends.
Which is why you have Keithy and King on the same side, because they're more that receiving tight end. So that's why it lines up like that.
But like Witt said today, he goes, the two deepest position groups are tight ends and D ends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
But the options that we can run with this, with these guys, along with the receivers, as we'll see, I'm just saying, we've got unbelievable set of tight ends. It's going to be fantastic. QB, we've talked a million, it's Cam is the starter, and then you got Wilson, and then the other guys, which we mentioned. So
I like those three wide receivers. They all have D names. It's triple D.
running backs first. Any thoughts?
Nothing surprised me there.
No, I mean, that's what we
were expecting.
been expecting.
It's just stay healthy. That's all it is.
Mekhi Bernard, and then you got Glover or Mitchell. Mitchell's I think the big back.
He's big.
Kind of the tier, and then there's the guys under him that are pressing him. So anyway, nothing there that really surprised me.
No.
Now, wide receivers, they're identified a bit different, but whatever. You got Singer's the number one guy, clearly.
No surprise
Clearly.
there. Yeah,
You watch that guy play.
What Witt said today, what I love to hear, is you throw anything to him, he catches it.
Yeah, he's an NFL caliber freaking
So
receiver.
we've got a guy that we've never had like, know what he said, or like this, let alone the other talent we have. So it's fantastic. Money Parks, Micah Pittman, Alford, though. We got some, I'm telling you what.
He's that transfer from Syracuse.
Alford is 6'6".
He's 6'6".
6'6".
Dude.
Yes, transfer from, I think it was Syracuse.
Uh-huh.
But the guy he's on here, Pittman, kind of gets forgotten. We talk about Singer, we talk about Alford, we talk about Money Parks, we talk about the tight ends. Pittman is a really, really good receiver that got hurt like everybody else, and he's gonna make an impact. I have a feeling he's gonna make an impact.
Pittman had some fantastic catches last year.
When he was healthy, he was great. And then you get down to like McLean, who had some great catches. You've got some dudes that can make some plays.
Offense is solid.
Nothing surprised me on either side of the ball, really. It just kind of went, okay, man. Seeing it on paper.
So here we've got the O-line. I've heard great things about it.
Yeah, I have too.
I'm just saying, look at the size of these guys, man. I know I get it that college teams are big.
Yeah, you have to have it.
But Utah, dude.
When your smallest guy is
300, 6'5", 6'6", and 6'5".
Here's what I like. Okay, so Lomu is freshman, but then junior, sophomore, junior, senior, sophomore, senior. And if you remember last year, it was way more freshman, sophomore.
Yeah, you're right. The one positive thing about the injuries from last year, a lot of dudes got play time and exposure that would never have gotten that play time and exposure. So they've seen the field when they otherwise wouldn't have. So now it's not, oh, this guy's never played. It's he actually started 6 games last year.
He was a freshman last year, got some game time,
Yeah.
and now he's a sophomore with the experience.
Exactly.
Next to the juniors and seniors who also have the experience.
Yep.
I do like to see that.
And they can rotate, and guys are going to play first game, but our O-line looks solid to me, and particularly what I've heard. So what we got here is our this is the D-line.
Oh, the D-line.
And linebackers.
It's scary.
James just passed out a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think we might. We'll see. We'll see.
I know.
Now we might be underestimating, but these guys are supposed to be really good.
Well, we
Our
talked
tight ends or our DNs are.
Well, we talked
can
about this
rotate.
last year. Connor O'Toole, he was the starting guy last year, gets hurt, and Ellis walks in and ends up having an incredible season. He was in front of Ellis. That's how good this guy is.
Yeah.
And then obviously injuries, but Fano's back. Van Fillinger. I mean, the depth. I'm so excited about our D line. It's always a staple of a Whittingham team is the D line, but this is scary.
Then we go to the linebackers. Karine Reed, the Rover linebacker. You tell me, I might be wrong on this, but a Rover, as I understand it, the Rover linebacker for Utah is very similar to kind of a hybrid linebacker safety, strong safety type guy.
Depends on what the offense
and
is
what the
trying to
alignment
do.
is, but that's
Yeah.
that's their skill set. And that's Karine Reed and Calvert. At least the 1-2s right now.
Yeah.
The MAC linebacker is typically like the middle linebacker on the team, which is Sione Fotu. Now, this is where Demooney was going to play, but got hurt and out for at least most of the season.
Yep. Which that sucks.
And then you've got the stud linebacker, which is Lander Barton. As I understand it, the stud linebacker is more of like a hybrid D end who can rush the quarterback. So it's a linebacker. Of course, it depends on the alignment and all that kind of stuff. But he is and that's if you look at Lander, he's
built that way.
He's built that way, like a D end.
Yeah, he can cover tight end ish and
he has to be
run
able to
back.
cover, but he can be used in the rushing game.
That's what his specialty is.
Specialty. That kind of a hybrid.
Also, Barton changed his number. He's now number 8 this year. So remember that.
I mean, from so many things I've heard, it's that Barton Reed duo this year
it's scary.
Is on par with the other duos we've had in the past years of guys that go to the NFL and that are really scary. So hopefully that's what we get to see from both of them.
Yeah, I mean, you look back on some of our best linebacker duos of all time, guys that make it to the NFL. This is right up there with those guys.
Yeah.
Reed has come a long way too. He's been playing a lot of games. So
shout out Shepherd Ducks. Thank you for that.
Shepherd Duck.
Yeah, thank you.
We love the Duck fans. Oh, isn't it great? We've come together.
I know.
Who would have ever thought?
Never thought. My Twitter feed is full of us just loving on Duck fans. I
know.
5 years ago, I never would have thought it. It's crazy. They're cheering for us. We're cheering for them.
It is weird.
It's wonderful.
I would have never thought. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay, well, here's the corners, the D-backs, the nickelback, the free safety, and strong safety. So any surprises or anything there? Calhoun hasn't even, I think he gets to the team this week.
No, he's the guy that isn't. No, Cameron Calhoun. He's the transfer from Michigan.
Yeah, but I don't think he's here yet.
Yeah, he's been here. He's been here. Am I wrong? I think he was here in fall camp. I watched him in the spring game.
Well, that might be true, but
he was
there
a
might be
4-star
something
kid
in summer that.
Oh, maybe that's it.
I think Witt said it. I think that I could be wrong, but I think it's.
I don't know.
Be that as it may, there they are.
Vaughn, NFL corner. We have another one. Yeah, I mean he's our number one. I'm super excited about Smith Snowden. That's the one that
we saw him a little bit last year.
He showed glimpses. I've heard really good things that he's going to be that nickel because the way that we run our defense is corners are on an island. They play a lot of man coverage, and you got to be able to cover them.
So then you have our free safety, Tao Johnson. That he's taking Cole Bishop's spot. That's some big shoes to fill.
Big shoes to fill.
I mean, we got a Tao or Nate. So
Yeah,
we'll
that's
see.
interesting right there. But
And then our strong safety is Gilman, who's from Stanford. Transferred in from Stanford. And that's Vaki's position. So that's where they're filling in. I'm excited about it. I'm not going to lie.
so is it John Randall Jr.? Witt talked about him today.
Yeah.
He has moved over to defense from, was it running back position?
Yeah, he was a running back.
You know, and listening to Witt talk about him today, I thought to myself, if you're lucky enough to have Kyle Whittingham come to you and say, hey, we think that you could do well on the other side of the ball, man, you listen and you do what he tells you to do.
It's crazy the amount of guys that have come here
Yeah.
as quarterbacks or receivers or running backs. And Whittingham says, hey, we're going to put you at corner or safety, and you end up in the NFL.
Yeah.
The list is incredible.
So that's cool for him. I'm excited
for
to
him.
see how he does with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. On paper, I'm telling you.
Here's the thing. Here's the difference between the Big 12 and the Pac-12. Okay. The Big 12 right now, as it lines up, a lot more running back talent than the Pac-12, especially last year, the last 2 years. Pac-12 was quarterback heavy, dude. You think about the last couple of years, Nix, Penix, Williams, Sanders, like these dudes that are first round draft picks at quarterback. It's similar that way with running backs in the Big 12. You have to stop the run and make them pass the ball. When I look at Utah, I think that is one of the reasons why people are giving Utah a ton of love, is because based off of the guys we have that ability to stop the run and make these guys throw the ball. That is the biggest difference that we're going to see in the Big 12 versus the Pac. I mean, there were games we watched last year. The team would run the ball 12 times the whole freaking game.
Right.
If that, it's not that way here. It is run the ball to set up the pass. If Utah can get some of these teams to
Some passing teams, but not to the level.
but not to the level. There's some
that,
good quarterbacks.
that Big 12 was in years past.
Yes, it's not that.
It's not that anymore because, Texas is gone and
Right.
Oklahoma when they had
And that's not just,
Lincoln,
there's some great quarterbacks.
your buddy.
My
You
favorite.
still what's his name? At Arizona. What the freak is his dude's name?
Fafita?
Fafita.
Oh, they'll
Fafita,
be hot.
Sanders, the
Yeah.
kid at Kansas. I can't remember names. Still very good quarterback play, but it is way more run focused for some of these teams. So I think that's going to be really interesting to see that chess match.
But don't you think that plays to Utah's
Big time.
strengths? I think it does. And I mean,
I do.
not that we struggled in the Pac-12, but obviously winning 2 championships back to back. But I feel like a little more out of our comfort zone is the high-flying passing teams.
Teams, when you get into shootouts of it's 45-42 versus if you can stop that run and force teams to pass the ball,
It's wit ball.
that plays right into what Whittingham, because then they can drop blitzes and all sorts of crazy crap. I love it, dude. I love it. I'm super excited. I think that the talent level is absolutely there.